Well, here we are again. Uh, yeah, somebody's saying something about clubs down here. We got so many clubs, I can't even keep track of everything they do. It comes in a recreational guide that's put out every month that'll tell you what's going on at what rec center, what time, and so on and so forth. And when you first move down here, I would recommend that guide's free. It comes in a newspaper if you get the Daily Sun every day. Otherwise, you go to any rec center. The guides are in there. Just go in and pick one up. Everything from Zumba classes to I don't even know what all, polo, water volleyball, whatever. So get one of those, and you'll find all these different clubs you can do. They got every club in the world for when it comes to state clubs, the Indiana club, the Ohio club, or it might be the Indiana University. It goes on and on and on. Land to expand building. Villages has got thousands and thousands of acres they've bought. That's where the village of Feeney and the village of Southern Oaks is going to be. That's like 20,000 new homes just in that area there alone. And then they bought more land up by Leesburg, and the rumors are they've got several land companies that they use to purchase land to keep the price down. Because otherwise, if these farmers and things around here knew that the villages is wanting to buy that property, it'd get it maybe a little bit more pricier. So they have lands. How much and where at? Family secret. You're not going to know. The village's official map. Yes, they do have an official map. You can buy them. They're like $5, and it shows everything on there. Every village, every road, golf cart trail. Shows the new building areas. It doesn't show anything on there like where future building areas are. It won't show that. It won't show land that they've got bought that's not being developed yet. It won't show that. But it will show you the parts of the villages that are here, which is Spanish Springs, Lake Sumter, and Brownwood areas. It'll show you everything. Show you where each village is at, each street. You can go on. As a matter of fact, if you're interested in buying a house, go to www.villages.com and click on homes. And when you just pick a home, and when you click on that home, they're going to have choice on there of going through videos of the home, or on the bottom right, I think it is, of that home, you'll see a button there that says flyer, Flyer. Click on that, because that flyer is what it looks like on a flyer. And then I think it's on the bottom right, or just underneath the picture, it'll have the map of where that home's located. You can click on that, it'll open up where the little red arrow pointer thing is. That's where the home's at, and then you can expand on that, and it'll show you on that map where that home's at in relationship to a rec center, to a square, to grocery shopping, you know, all these different things. And so you can kind of look on that, how close are to your rec center. It'll help you out when you go to buy the house. Types of homes, where they're at. All the homes are basically the same as far as designer names go, and they're everywhere. As you get to the newer areas, like here, we have a few names here that aren't up in, say, Sumter area. Gardenia, I think, is one. There's some names. I don't want to say exactly which ones they are because I'm not sure, but you won't find them here. And then also, there's some houses up there that has a name that they have the exact same design here, but they changed the name of the house to something else. I can't remember what the two names are. I know one particular brand. But anyway, but basically it's the same house. Everybody's got the same floor plans basically, and on that same model. Like my wisteria here will be the same floor plan basically as a wisteria in a newer area. The outside of the home may have some different things about it, you know, like maybe a peak on the roof that I don't have. I have a gable roof. Gable roofs are more safer in high wind situations than a peak roof. You know, roof like that. The winds tear those apart, where my roof is like this, if you know what I'm trying to say. It looks like that. so the wind shears off of it a lot better. But yeah, they got wisterias up north. The house will look different, but it's still a wisteria. So yeah, they're all about the same. I highly recommend come down for a week, do the lifestyle visit, take the bus trip, get a golf cart. You'll have one in your garage on the lifestyle visit. Go for a ride, get the newspaper. You can buy one every day if you want to. And if you're on a lifestyle visit, I think they even give you a newspaper every day. So go find a couple of open houses. They're every day, everywhere. And go to them. Walk through the houses, look at them, get a flyer, see how much they cost, and you'll get a better idea that way. I can't really explain some of these things accurately, I don't think. Golf Academy, yep, several. And when you are a home buyer here, I think you get 1 or 2 lessons at Arnold Palmer's. They're over here at I can't think of this. Can't think of the name of the place, but Arnold Palmer's owns that too. Anyway, you get 1 or 2 lessons free. And it's not going to make you a professional, but it'll get you hitting the ball and get you out there on the executive courses. And I would say, if you're going to come here and learn how to play golf, stick with the executive courses at first. You're not going to be good enough to go out on a championship course. And then truthfully, on a championship course, you'll probably be more in the way than you are anywhere else, because they like to keep the flow of play continuous. If you start holding other people up, the ambassador is going to come out and tell you got to pick it up a little bit. Or you're going to have to let people play around you. So just stick with the executive courses, the shorter executive courses. You'll be fine, and then you'll get better as time goes on. It ain't no big thing. You'll have fun. Get a pocket full of balls. You're probably going to lose some. You're going to knock them in the water. So don't buy expensive balls when you're first starting out. You can go to the square. There's a guy up there that sells actually used balls. He's a scuba diver. He goes out here in these lakes and whatever, and he goes to the bottom. He picks up all them balls, cleans them off, puts them in a wrap of some kind. He'll sell them, 12 balls for and they look good. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not cut up. They're not beat up. They're just different balls. I mean, you might buy 3 top flight balls, and there'll be maybe 2 Titleist balls, and there might be a Dunlap ball. There'll be 12 balls, and you might get 12 balls for like $5. That's what I would do. And then when you're on the golf course, if you see one laying around, pick it up. Do not stick your hand in the water picking up golf balls. Remember, there's alligators and snakes in there, and you're not going to see them until the last minute, and then it's too late. Okay, how did I pick up golf? My dad. I played golf with my dad back when he was still working at Delco Remy, which was General Motors. Him and his buddy played every Sunday, and they'd call me up. I'd grab my cheap clubs that I got, and I'd go out and play with golf with my dad and Charlie. That was his best friend. They're all gone now, but I have fond memories playing golf with my dad. The nearest square to me is Brownwood, and by golf cart it would take me between, I'll say, 7, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, maybe less, depending on which way you go, to get to the downtown square Brownwood. I'm just far enough away to where when they crank the music up from 5 until 9, I don't hear no music. And this was our choice. This is what we wanted. I did not want to be real close to the square, and because remember, they play this music 365 every day of the week. Unless it's below 40 degrees, they cancel it. Any lightning or windstorms, they cancel it. Or if it's a huge rainstorm, they'll cancel it. But most of the time, it's going all the time. And so we're just far enough away where I don't hear the music down there. And the rec center from here, our neighborhood rec center by golf cart, is maybe 2 minutes. We could walk there. And that's by choice too, because pickleball makes noise. And to me, it's a nerve-wracking noise. And in the wintertime, that pickleball is from early morning until dusk. And I did not want to live so close to a rec center that I had to listen to that all day long. And there's more than one pickleball court, so you're going to hear several games going on at any given time, and it's just this constant noise, and I just didn't want to hear it. So we're here. Well, we don't hear none of that, but yet we're two minutes away. We're 6 minutes away from a square, 2 minutes away from a rec center. We're 1 minute away from our postal station. Sue walks down there every day for exercise to get her mail. But not too close, and I like it that way. And I gotta say, we got some of the best neighbors here than anywhere. We have fun. Some of them travel together. We got a group of people here, like 40 or 50 of them. In December, they're taking the cruise with Harmony of the Seas. I can't think of the company, but anyway, Harmony of the Seas are going to, well, they were going to go to Puerto Rico and someplace else. I don't remember where. I'm sure that's been changed. But yeah, they're taking a cruise together. So yeah, they do a lot of stuff here together. We have a great time. I'm not going in December. Actually, it worked out good for me since this hurricane. But the ship they're on, Harmony of the Seas, I've already been on it. Great ship. Had a great time. That was my first cruise. I can't compare it to any other ship and how they do things, but only thing I know is that one. And I know what it was, and I'm going to probably, any cruise I take in the future, I'm going to compare it to Harmony of the Seas. It was just a great experience for me and my wife, and it's something that we really enjoyed. Heat pumps versus air conditionings and furnaces, heat furnaces, gas, I guess you're talking about. Well, I'll start with the last one. Certain areas of the villages does have gas stoves and a gas furnace. Not all areas have that. Most of the gas areas are up north. And I know that Caroline, village of Caroline, has gas, because that's where my last house was at. We had a gas furnace, and we had a gas cooking stove in the kitchen, and we also had a real, I'll call it a real, air conditioner in the back. And it was fine. Never had a problem with it. A lot of people have a problem with this gas. Oh, we had a gas water heater too. Oh, we had a gas dryer in the garage. It was all fine. We didn't have a problem with it. I know some people's got issues with gas, but the way they do it here, I don't really see an issue. I suppose anything could pop up, but you don't have pilot lights anymore, none of that kind of stuff. So we didn't have a problem with it. Here, in a newer area, we don't have gas. We have heat pumps. And that's your air conditioning in the summer, and that's your heating in the winter. And on the wall, the adjustment thermostat, there's all kinds of settings on it. One, you can set the humidity in the house. Ours is set at 60% because the contractor recommended that, and I left it that way. It's comfortable. I don't mess with it. And you can also put it on automatic, so that when the temperature gets below a certain temperature, the heat pump automatically will heat the house up. If a temperature gets above a certain temperature, the heat pump will kick on and cool the house down. I personally don't do that. I got it on the cooling right now, and I set my house at 73, and I don't mess with it. Now when wintertime comes, and that's usually around later December, January, where the nighttime temperatures can get down into the 40s, 50s, and a couple nights a year, or last year, it even got down to frost, 30 something, freezing, 32 I guess. And then I'll just reach over, it's just a puck of a button, I'll just hit the heat button, and then, it'll just keep the house at 73. A lot of people don't like doing that, because it could get 75 in the day. Well, in the day, I don't know how to use the air conditioner if it's 75. We got the windows open, just like up in Indiana. We're country people. We open up the windows, they got screens on them. We open up the sliding glass doors, my lanai screened in. We let the breeze flow through here. So that's what we do. Bird feeders, yeah, you can have a bird feeder, I suppose. It's not really deed enforced. I mean, you're really not supposed to have any kind of yard decoration at all. I'm not sure if bird feeder is considered to be yard decoration. I would not put it in the front yard. All it's going to take is one person to complain about that, and then you're going to get a knock on the door telling you that you're out of deed compliance and you need to remove it. They'll do it in a nice way. Everybody's super nice. They're not going to come up and give you any kind of threats or anything, or so you got to remove that. I'd put it in the back by the lanai. I maybe have some bushes or something back there, a couple of small trees, just some place where you can kind of, set it in the landscaping where it's kind of really not noticeable. Then when you sit in the lanai in your chair, you can just sit there and just watch the birds or whatever. Keep in mind, it's something that you just need to know, that we have swamp rats here. They just look like a regular rat. I've seen several of them. See them on the golf courses. You'll see them. They vary in sizes, just like anywhere else. You'll see a rat and you'll see smaller rats. The birds are sloppy feeders. They knock stuff around. The seeds are all over the ground, and that's what attracts the mice and the swamp rats. they're going to come up there. And once they come up there and start eating that, they're going to know that's where it's at, and they're going to continue to keep coming back. Well, as they do that, the snakes will start showing up to get the rats and the mice. And that's the thing. If you can keep the area clean, go ahead, do it. But just keep in mind that it's gonna attract little critters, and don't start crying about snakes and rats. When you're doing that, you're the one feeding them. So just something to think about. That's all. I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying do. I'm just simply saying I had a bird feeder in Indiana. I had several. I loved it. Had hummingbird feeders everywhere. I thought it was great. I'd sit out there on my back deck and I just watch these birds. It was something I did. I liked it. Here I don't do it because I just simply don't want the idea of opening my garage door and finding a snake in there. And it happens. Once they start coming around your house, they hang around. And you're liable to be out in the flower bed trimming your flowers, and all of a sudden one of these little black racers comes popping out of your bush, And so far I haven't had that problem. I don't attract them. I try not to attract them. Families visiting and the use of facilities. It's easy. If you're a resident here, you got families coming down. We all have grandkids. They all come down. We even have a thing called Camp Villages in the summer. It's like 6 weeks long, where you can sign your grandkids up for all kinds of activities they do here. Everything from painting class to cooking classes to learning how to kayak to archery, you name it. It keeps the kids busy. It's something that grandparents can do with their grandkids, and it's a hit. Every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Everybody just loves it. I've never done it with my grandkids because they're all grown up, but I can see where it's a fun thing for the grandparents to do with their grandkids. You go to your regional rec center in your area, wherever it may be. Every regional area has a regional rec center. Ours is Eisenhower Rec Center. You have to go to the regional rec center, not your neighborhood rec center, your regional rec center. That's where the free Wi-Fi is, and that's where you get your visitor's pass. You got to get a visitor's pass for each member that's coming down, and it'll have an arrival date, and then you got to tell them when they're going to leave, and there'll be a departure date. And wherever they go, they have to take that visitor's pass. Just make it a habit, just like a driver's license. Take that visitor's pass with you. You go to a pool, take the visitor's pass, because they may come around with a scanner and make sure you're supposed to be there. If you want to go to a rec center, let's say, and play pool, just to shoot a game of billiards with your grandson, take that visitor's pass, because when you go through that front door, there usually is a person right there at the desk, and she's going to want to scan your pass before you go in. So take it with you. Discounts if you got a village's pass and a visitor's pass. You go to the movie. It's not a lot, but every little bit helps, right? You go to the movie, and I think if you got your residence pass and a visitor's pass, each one of you will get like $1, maybe $2 off of the ticket price to go in. There's a lot of restaurants here that'll give you a discount. Make sure you ask, because they won't volunteer to tell you. I know one that I go to a lot. It's not on campus, but Home Depot, right next to Home Depot, when I go up there, is Panda. I love Panda's chow mein noodles and the walnut crusted shrimp. Oh my God, is that good. Can't be heart healthy, but I don't get a lot, but when I'm up there, I go there and I get my lunch right there. And at the end of the line, when you pay for it, you just ask him, do I get a village's discount? And the guy says, yes. Do you have your pass? You just show him the pass. Boom. He takes $1 off your meal. Buck's a buck, right? So it helps. Take the pass with you everywhere you go. You never know when you're going to need it. Moving from here, or from Indiana to here. Well, mine was fairly easy because I've come down here so many times. I kind of knew, my wife and I should say we kind of knew exactly what we wanted to do. I've seen so many people make the mistake of bringing northern furniture down here. It doesn't fit. The collars are different. It doesn't look right. And 6 weeks later, they're having a big yard sale, trying to sell a lot of stuff because they got to buy new stuff. We sold everything up north. Excuse me. We sold everything up north. We literally came down here with nothing. By nothing, I don't mean absolute nothing. We brought down memorabilia from, and sentimental things. My wife brought down some pictures. Pictures, they fit anywhere you want to go anyway. Pictures that we had up there she wanted to keep and put down here. We kept, of course, our clothes. Winter clothes, we got rid of almost 99.9% of all winter clothes. We kept very minimal winter clothes here. I kept a couple sweaters that I like. I kept a couple very light slip-over jackets. I use them on the golf course for early morning tee times in the winter. And other than that, I got like maybe 2 coats that I hardly never ever wear unless we go up north for a visit in October, which we're going to go this October. So I might need one. I'll take one with me in case I do at night. But other than that, you don't need any winter clothes. I wear hats. Hats, who cares? I can buy a hat anywhere. So I didn't bring hardly any hats down here at all. I just threw them away. If you play golf or whatever, t-shirts, the dress code on the golf course is with collar. Like here, has to have a collar. They won't let you play. Matter of fact, you can't even go to the driver's range over there if you don't have a collar. Don't make the mistake of going over there in a t-shirt. They're going to give you an old piece of crap shirt with a collar and tell you to put it on. Yeah, and then when I come down here, I bought stuff down here. I mean, I think you don't need to drag stuff down here. I mean, I bought my shorts and stuff down here, and I started buying t-shirts, and my favorite shirts are what I call Hawaiian shirts. I like them, and so we started buying a few of them down. I had some up there, but I brought a couple down here, I think, but I didn't bring very many. We just started accumulating stuff here. Bought all new furniture. Consignment stores, there's a lot of them, and I've been to several with my wife. I'm not a shopper. She is. The consignment stores are really, really nice. People have rental houses down here. They rent them out 3 months out of the year. Second year into it, they decide to retire. They come down here. They send all their furniture in that house to the consignment store, and they want to buy new. Or they want to sell the house and buy a bigger house. And that furniture in their lanai or in their patio villa doesn't fit in a larger house. I can understand that. But the furniture at the consignment store, they used it 6 months and 2 years. It's like brand new furniture. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. You can save half. So yeah, I'd say hit the consignment stores. Do your diligence. Look around. Bargains and Treasures is probably one of the most sought after consignment stores. I know that one. There's another one called Nearly New, not Nearly. It's Nearly, Neerly, and I think that's a family name, Nearly. Nearly New, and I don't know if they're still in business or not. It's pretty good size. Somebody told me the guy was going to retire, so it may not still be there. And I don't even know the names of all the other ones, but there's gobs of them around. And then, of course, furniture stores everywhere. City Fire Furniture is the village's furniture store, and they will work with you on anything. Buy a house. You call them up, tell them what you want, and even if you're not here, your sales agent will let them in, and they'll put that furniture in your bedroom. They'll set it up. They'll put the furniture in your living room, and they'll set it up. And then when you come down here, bingo bango, it's there. And that's what we did on our first house. I'll tell you that story sometime. So they'll work with you a lot. So yeah, getting furniture here it's not that bad. I mean, I wouldn't freak out on it. I wouldn't be paying $6,000 and $7,000 to have a trucking company haul it down here. Just unless it's really, really important to you, I wouldn't do it. Driver's license in Florida. Oh, that's cool. Easy peasy. Took me 2 years to get mine because I had a CDL, and I got to tell you, as a trucker, retired trucker, I retired from UPS. You fight your whole life to hang on to that CDL with all the laws and regulations about it. And then when you're retired, you really don't need it anymore, but it's just hard to give it up. It's like I've taken tests and physicals, and I have fought to keep this thing because that's your job. And then when they say you want to give it up. So it took me 2 years to finally say yes to give it up. And let me tell you, 30 years, 35 years of fighting to keep that CDL, and the press of one button, it was all gone. Just that fast. So I got a regular driver's license. Driver's license good for 10 years when you get it. All you have to do is, I think I had to go in with a couple of bills to show that the bill had to be in my name and had to have this new address on it, like a light bill, and maybe it was something else, a bank statement showing my name, my new address on it. A couple of those, and then I think other than that was an eye test, and get your picture taken. And when they took the picture, because see I wear glasses and I usually wear a hat, I had to take the hat off, I had to remove the glasses. They will not take a picture with glasses on. And they take your picture. And then it was a matter of waiting like, I don't know, what, 5 minutes. And the lady come out with my driver's license and have a nice day. And that was the end of it. I don't remember what they cost. It was minimal. I'll say 20 bucks. I don't know. It wasn't very much at all. License plates on your car. A little different if you're from the north. License plates up north, you transfer them. Down here, if you're a new resident, it's a new residence one-time fee of $400. Everybody pays it. I don't care what kind of car you got. It could be an old piece of crap worth $200. It's going to cost you a one-time resident fee of $400 to get license plates. It could be a $100,000 Mercedes. There's a one-time fee of $400 to get transferred to Florida. The Florida license plates are good for 2 years. I don't know if you can get more than that, but I just got, I think, regular plate. I don't know. I don't remember them asking me, but my license plates are good for 2 years. I like it. I like a 10-year driver's license and a 2-year license plate. I like it. And our license plate wasn't much. It really wasn't based on the value of the car. I'm thinking my license plate was like $35, and that was it. I could be wrong, so don't send me emails saying I'm all wet and don't know what I'm talking about, but compared to Indiana, my license plate was like zip, like $35, $40. The weird thing was I traded my van in because I thought I could get away with not paying that $400 by doing it this way. Well, trust me, you can't. And I went and traded it in on a new car, and I got assessed at $400 at the dealer. And I asked him about that. I said, well, that's a license, driver's license branch does that. No, you get your license plates here. I said, what? Yeah. So when you buy a new car at a dealer, especially if you're out of state like I was, I have an Indiana plate that just run out, so I needed a plate, a 30-day plate or something, which I assumed that's what I would have got. No. The dealer gives you your license plate there at the time of purchase. He collects the fees and gives you your they have the guy in the shop put the license plates on your car, and off you go. In our case, we had to have a handicap plate. My wife has a handicap, so we had to get a handicap plate. So we had to order, or they had to order. They said it'd be about a week for it to come in. So we got a, I don't know, 30-day temporary tag, I guess you call it, or a dealer's plate. I don't remember what he put on there. And when it was in, they called us, and the dealership's just down the road. And we went back over there, and whatever plate they put on the car, they took it off and they put the handicap plate on. I believe they handed us our registration and all that kind of stuff, and that was it. We were gone. We didn't even go to the license branch for license plates. Thought that was kind of cool. I believe that's all for right now. So anybody else got any more questions or whatever, I'm glad to answer to the best of my ability. Anything I left out, let me know. I'll see what I can do. And I am going to go down to Feeney one of these days, and Southern Oaks. A lot of people apparently don't know anything about Southern Oaks area. And I'm going to take some pictures. I'm going to do some walking around and see what's down there, because it's kind of new to me too. I know there's a walking trail down there. Don't know anything about it. There's these 2 executive courses down there. Don't know anything about them. And I know there's a rec center down there. I seen it from the road. Never been in it. And also in a new area over here by me, Osceola, Pine Hills, Pine Ridge. There's something else over there. I don't know what it is. I really need to take some pictures over there, because that area's not done yet. There's still houses available to be built over there that are still being built, and they're still for sale. So you could buy, if you didn't want to buy clear down to Feeney, you can buy a lot closer to the Brownwood area and the Colony shopping plaza and the new Walmart they're just getting ready to open up right there, right here. You don't need to go clear down to Feeney unless you want to. So anyway, I'll do some walking, do some talking, and maybe some filming, and we'll see how that turns out. So let me know what you think. Anything I can do, let me know. Otherwise, click the button down below. You've heard it all before. Hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see what we can do later on. Have a good day.